Appalachia. Let's talk everything about Appalachia and beyond. Your hosts, Lee, Tiff, and Jay. Look, that's an fiber sign one. Look at this. Look, come here. No, come here, Sean. Jeez. Anyway, and here is your host, Lee, Tiff, and Jay.
About time you got it right.
Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good week out there. Welcome to Laugh Appalachia. You got Lee here. Who else do we have in here with us?
Tiff.
And Jay.
Oh, we got the regular cast back in
As
here.
the title says, we're here. Everybody, Laugh Appalachia.
So, Tiff
What are
was
we
out
doing?
last week. Tiff was gone last week.
I'm
We'll
out.
come back to that in a minute.
Out.
She's
So-
always out. She was probably one of our towns. We're
Maybe.
gonna talk about.
She probably drove through one.
Yeah.
Probably drove
drove
through
through.
all
So,
of them.
everyone knows our really popular segment,
Yeah.
Town of the Week.
Yeah, very
That's-
popular.
That's the one that everyone listens to. That's
The
what,
emails are off the hook about this.
Off
segment.
the hook.
Off the hook, exactly.
Can you get me off the hook on an email? I don't know. Can I be?
Sure.
I don't know.
LaughAppalachia@gmail.com for anybody out there wanting to email us.
Please.
So this week, we decided to kind of ditch our normal Town of the Week because if you listened to last week's episode, we talked about Monopoly.
Yeah, Monopoly.
And what if West Virginia was a Monopoly board?
And again, we're not talking about West Virginia University's version. We're talking about as a state.
As a
right?
state.
Yeah, as a state.
So what we decided to, since we knew Tiff wouldn't listen to us on the road
Yeah.
because she's like that and all,
She's out conquering the
That's
next
really busy,
mountain.
guys.
we didn't
Yeah.
tell her about anything, so we wanted her to just be a surprise when she got back in here. So what Jay and I have done is we have prepared our versions of the Monopoly board.
Long and hard.
Snap.
I
Oh,
spent hours on this thing.
Hours. I had
Hours.
days.
You have like a real board
I
And
do have a real board.
made of
see that?
paper.
and we've
It is.
each
It is. It's a
we've
good one.
each come up with a list of what our Monopoly game would be like.
I might laminate mine.
And
Over.
I like it. And do you have graphics?
Of course I got
He's
graphics.
legit.
Oh,
so
good,
far,
man.
I just
Jay's
have a-
in the lead.
I just have paper.
Just looking
paper
at the
lists.
pictures.
All right,
I even
but I
got
have
stats.
none. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of a contest between Jay and I, and Tiff, now learning what we're doing,
Yep.
All right.
is going to be judging who wins.
That's right.
All right, so how do we want to do this? Do we want to go space by space and go back and
Well,
forth?
how about
or do
we
you
start the first spot, go, and then
Go.
the next space after.
Okay.
You roll the dice. You get a 1.
Pass
One
go.
step.
For my
Pass go.
version, I left go alone.
Well, so did I.
Go is just
Go, still go.
Go is just give me
Except
$200.
it's a blue go with a gold background.
How about this?
Oh, snap.
How about this? How about every time you go past go, you give me $200?
Ooh, that sounds like I have another square
Winner.
for that. I have another square for that.
Okay.
All right, so I started off. You have the purple, which in doing my research I learned they've changed to brown in like
Oh.
2009 or something.
Brown?
Purple is now brown.
Brown.
Purple's hurt.
So for those of you listening that played Monopoly in the past 7 years with a new Monopoly board,
Yeah.
it's brown now.
Not me. No.
So but you have the
Mine's still
purple.
purple.
Yeah, you have the
Yeah.
purple, then you have the light blue, then you have the
Purple.
purple again, the lighter purple.
The light purple.
And then you have orange,
Yep.
red, yellow, green, and blue.
That's right.
And then you have all the other pieces mixed in. I actually grouped mine together.
You grouped yours together. Well,
So-
I did mine actually city by city. With their, we'll just go through it.
Mine are not exactly cities all the way through.
Well,
oh,
okay.
snap.
Let's just get this clear. I'm sure if it's Wayne County, because if you're from Wayne County, it means you're not from a city. You're from a holler, Wayne County. So, did you do something like that?
No.
Okay.
You'll see. All right, so let's
Okay,
just
Mingo boy.
let's just do group at a time. So for the purples, that's my Coalfield property.
That's it.
I did Man and Logan are
Man-
taking the place
you got
of
Logan
Mediterranean
next
and Baltic.
Okay.
Man and Logan
All
coming
right.
in there.
Here's what I got. From Mediterranean Avenue, the original Mediterranean Avenue, I have Printer, where Jessica White's from.
Oh.
Celebrity.
Down in the Coalfields kind of though.
Yeah, well, okay.
Good
Well, I got a
celebrity.
celebrity right off the bat. How's that?
Oh, yeah,
And then I got
don't have any of those.
Wayne, the town of Wayne,
Oh,
for
Wayne.
the Baltic Avenue
Okay.
section of the board.
Out
Wayne.
Out
Out
Wayne.
Wayne for everyone
Yep.
that knows the area.
Out Wayne.
All right, so let's just keep on moving along. We'll come back to the specialty
think I'm
sites. All right. Now,
I didn't do
It's tight.
trains.
It's a
I
tight
didn't-
competition so far.
I didn't do trains.
Oh, I may have you there. I may be able to catch you there.
You got trains?
Oh, don't be looking. Don't be looking.
I'm not. How can I look from here?
Tiff,
You're way
Tiff,
over
don't be
there.
looking. I want the surprises
Straight
to count for
ahead.
judging.
Okay.
All right.
I have some trains.
So
but
for the blue,
Okay.
I decided to do
not blue, light blue.
light blue.
We're not a boardwalk yet.
But yeah, for light blue, Oriental Avenue, Vermont Avenue, and Connecticut Avenue.
Got it.
I decided to do baseball.
What?
So,
All right, I
did the Princeton Rays,
All right.
the Bluefield Blue Jays, and the West Virginia Power.
So you gotta get the power. You gotta get the power.
Uh-oh.
Trying to get a job with the power or something? You suck up? Anyway.
Huh.
Okay. Well, here's what I went. I thought of population-wise. I thought, okay, where are we at here? And I was thinking, all right, I went Logan, Madison, and Polka. Kind of smaller towns.
Ooh, yeah.
Logan, Madison, and Polka, home of the dots.
Home of the
Polka
dots.
Home of the dots, right next to jail.
Right next to jail.
Didn't know there was a jail.
We'll come. I think we're
Well,
going to have the same place for
we
jail
had the same thing
if
as
we
jail.
discussed it last week.
Same thing last week.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
It's the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum.
That's it.
Is our jail.
Yeah.
Both of you.
So,
Same
yeah.
We
one.
both had the same.
We were really proud of that one when we came up with it on the air.
Very proud.
What about the women's
Very proud.
institution in Alderson?
Yeah, not as cool.
Not as cool.
Oh, whatever.
It's not haunted.
Martha Stewart went
it's
there.
not haunted.
But Martha Stewart went there.
Martha Stewart's still alive. She's not a spirit.
She is alive, and she's okay.
Yeah, and
I'll
she
give-
can cook fabulously.
Well, matter of fact, you said Martha Stewart. Kind of funny you said that. The go-to jail square on the other side of the board is a picture of Martha Stewart on my board.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not
Perfect.
actually. It's not the judge anymore. It's actually just a picture of Martha
Just
Stewart.
Martha.
That's it.
Okay, so moving on to the
So we're past jail. Now we're going to the what, purple section? I
the
guess
light
that is?
purple.
All right.
All right, you go ahead. Lead this one
I'll
off.
leave this one off. In St. Charles Place, I put St. Albans. Why not? It's a saint,
Okay.
right? Saint,
Yeah.
saint for saint, okay?
All right.
And then I went to Princeton, okay? I'm thinking, a little more glitzy, getting to Princeton. And then, of course, the up-and-coming Nitro, the World War I Living Memorial. That's right. That's right.
Oh, good.
And moving away across the board.
I went on this one and kind of lumped 3 outdoorsy places to go.
Of course you did.
So I went with Summersville
Nice.
for the lake,
See, I got
Fayette-
that later. Yeah.
Fayetteville
All right.
for all the rafting and the
Good.
zip lines and everything they have up there. And then Berkeley Springs for their nice resort
Oh,
just
that's
outside. Yeah, it's a very nice place. The No Pants Players did a show there a few years ago. A lot of fun.
Well, nice plug. Appreciate it. And for the St. Albans, I am the color commentary for St. Albans football starting tomorrow. Just side note.
Ooh.
not a
Just
plug.
side note, throwing that
Listen
in
to it
there.
on the jog. 7:00 tomorrow. Anyway, yeah. So I put St. Albans, Princeton, and Nitro. And again, you have
Summersville, Fayetteville, and Berkeley Springs.
kind of the outdoorsy ones. See, I
Yeah.
put the outdoorsy ones later on the board because those are wonderful vacation spots.
They are.
And as the board says, the wild and wonderful West Virginia. So I had to save it towards
yeah.
the
Yeah,
end.
I
There, so.
definitely wasn't putting that open for business garbage anywhere
No,
on this
no,
thing.
no.
No.
Definitely.
Okay, well, I'll
All
move
right.
on to the next 3. We'll just go back and forth with who goes first.
I love it.
All right, so
Just the orange
this
section?
next one, the orange section, St. James Place, Tennessee Avenue, and New York Avenue.
Right.
I decided to go with the Kanawha Valley.
Oh.
So I have Taze Valley,
Right.
Barbersville, getting
Okay.
down there in the mall, the far reaches of the valley, and then St. Albans.
There's the St. Albans.
There you
No
go.
need to plug it, you already did that.
Already did it. That's the St. Albans football on the job.
You get on to me for a plug,
I
and
know,
you just
right?
keep going.
I'll just keep going with it. All right, for me, I decided to make this one the weird and creepy section, right next to free parking.
Okay.
Got to be
all right.
creeped out.
The red, correct?
Well, no, no, I'm not. No, I'm still in the orange. I'm still in the orange.
Oh, that's
I'm
right.
still in the
I
orange
went
like
first.
you
I
are.
went
You
first. Okay, yeah.
So instead of St. James Place, I made it a Point. I called it Point Pleasant, home of the Mothman.
Mothman.
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right.
Richard Gere knows all about it.
He's right, he does. And in the Tennessee Avenue area, I put Flatwoods. That's
Oh.
right, halfway
I don't
between.
have Flatwoods.
I know you don't. Flatwoods is the midway point from Charleston to Morgantown. Great place, and also home to the Green Monster, the Braxton County Monster, to be
Ah.
exact.
Okay.
Oh, I heard
I
about this
know
recently.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it, but someone
About-
recently.
what is it?
The Braxton County Monster.
Never heard of the Braxton County Monster?
No, I'm not familiar
I'm
with that.
not from here, and I know about the Braxton County
I'm
Monster.
from 3 hours south of here.
I
That is
just
a
heard
whole
about
other
this.
I'm
country
from
to me.
California.
Yeah.
This whole dang state's a bizarre place for me. Anyway, and then the last one I have is Weston. Why?
That's where the
The
haunted house
insane
is.
asylum.
Right,
Insane
insane
asylum.
asylum
Okay.
because
So
we're
the
what's
creepy,
there?
weird-
Ghosts. Yeah.
Oh, creepy.
Yeah.
Ghosts.
Which makes the prison all the more scarier than the Alderson
right.
Women's Prison.
Whatever.
That's true.
Not scary at all.
So I put all the ghosts and goblins and creepy things and the Mothman over near the free parking section because, being creeped out in the car is great with the ladies.
So scary.
Ew.
Anyway.
So, now I think it's your turn to go first, moving on to the
I'll
Reds.
go first. Now we're in the Reds, huh?
Yeah.
You got the,
We're past the halfway point of the board.
starting to get to the glitz and glamour of the board, the Kentucky Avenue, the Indiana Avenue, the Illinois Avenue. I've basically got that sort of similar to what you had earlier. I have Summersville, Fayetteville, because who doesn't like the Secret Sandwich Society?
But I'm betting you didn't have... Oh,
Boom.
nice plug
And my
there.
last one?
And Pies and Pints. Don't forget Pies and Pints.
Don't
The
forget
original.
Pies and Pints,
The original.
Very good place. And the last one I had in there is Parkersburg.
Okay.
I've been to Parkersburg. Great little river town. Awesome
Yeah.
place to be. Cool little historical place.
Smoking Butt Barbecue.
Smoking
Love that
butt
restaurant.
barbecue.
Smoking butt barbecue.
Ooh,
It's
that's
another
good.
word, but they use a pig's butt as the logo.
Yeah. Put your own word there.
I can figure it out.
Good. Yeah.
You
Good
have
stuff.
one, I promise.
And then off to you. What do you got?
And this is for the Reds.
Red section. Yep.
I just went with larger towns, getting a little bigger throughout here. Actually, I did the whole back side there. I'll go ahead and move on also to Atlantic Avenue, Ventnor Avenue, and Marvin Gardens, the three yellows.
Wait. What was your Reds?
Well, I'm getting there. What
Oh.
I basically did is made the whole backside the biggest towns in West Virginia.
Oh.
So I went Weirton,
Okay.
Beckley,
All right.
Parkersburg, as you just mentioned.
Good one.
Then I went to one of my favorite historic locations, Clarksburg.
Yeah.
Good.
It has a bunch of really nice, cool, big buildings.
It does.
And then you have Wheeling,
Yep.
the original capital of West Virginia.
Right.
A ridge.
Original, then moved to Charleston,
See?
then moved back to Wheeling, then
Back
moved
to
back to
Charleston.
For me,
Charleston.
I have Wheeling a little higher than that.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
And then I
remember
have
that stuff.
Martinsburg.
Yeah.
It's a newer place, but it's bigger because it's in the D.C. metropolitan area.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the D.C. people, nor its traffic. So I try to stick more West
Well, that's why you
Virginia
stay in West
hardcore.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Get out of
Yeah.
D.C. a little bit.
So for a minute here, what I had in the yellow section,
yellow.
What do you got?
I had Hurricane,
Hurricane?
not Hurricane, as
No.
as
Yeah.
LB would
As-
tell us and correct us
Hurricane.
on. But Hurricane, pronounced Hurricane in real life. Hurricane, anyway. I also had, that's what I keep saying. I don't know why.
Hurricane.
How do you say it, Tiff?
Hurricane.
I called it
Only
Hurricane
because I know
when I
not
first
to.
moved
Right.
here.
Only
yeah.
because I know not to call it.
So, moving on up, went to Winfield.
Ooh,
Ooh.
nice. Yeah, you stayed down in your little territory down
With
here.
lots
yeah?
of they've won championships too. It's
They
a nice
have.
town.
Oh, yeah, it's a
Good
fun
little
little
boating
place.
community. And of course, home to the wonderful Orange Crown up there at Beckley.
Yeah.
Well, it's Beckley. What do they call it, Orange Crown? I call it the Orange Crown.
I don't know.
It's the visitor center.
Oh, you're talking about Tamarack.
Tamarack.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I'm like,
thanks.
Orange Crown.
It looks like an
Yeah, I
orange
wasn't
crown.
sure what you were
Tamarack.
talking about
They
with
look
the
like
Orange
an orange
Crown.
I see it now, but
Yeah,
I never.
yeah, I
Orange
guess.
Crown.
No, well, as my daughter.
Somewhere else the
Now.
No
As my
Pants
da-
players do shows.
Oh, another nice.
If we're going to plug back and
Well,
forth.
we should. St. Albans tomorrow night. Anyway, go Red Dragons. Anyway, yeah, Beckley was on my list because, again, as my daughter would say, the princess crown,
Tamarack.
the Tamarack.
Tamarack.
It's the Tamarack.
And a
yeah.
Starbucks right off the interstate that
That's
I
right.
have hit up several times. All right, so I guess I'm back up, starting down the green. No,
Green?
you're up to start.
I'm
with
going
the
green.
greens.
I'm going
Going
green.
green.
You're up to
I'm
start
going
with
green
green.
because I believe that green should be a little more higher prosperity, more lavish style because, it's the Pacific Avenue, the North Carolinas, and the Pennsylvania Avenue of the board. I simply have, like you like Clarksburg, I like Fairmont, probably one of the more up-and-coming cities near the Clarksburg area. Fairmont's
Fairmont's a fun place.
It's a very good place. So I got Fairmont. And then, of course, like you said, the first capital of West Virginia, Wheeling.
Okay.
A lot
all
of
right.
history, a lot of classy uptown folks in Wheeling. So I put Wheeling in the green section. And, of course, if you're going to go green, you got to put the Go Herd to green. Huntington, baby.
Huntington.
I kind of marked Barbersville as part of the Huntington area. So I stuck them in the
Yeah.
green area because of the Go Herd. Come on
Okay.
now.
Well, sticking with my groups,
With
I
greeny.
just shotted.
Shot.
I just shotted here, boy. I was gonna go with the colleges. I went
okay.
with colleges. So my three are in order: Pacific Avenue, Athens, Concord.
Right.
Yeah.
Then I went down to Huntington.
Of course you
Go
did.
Herd,
Of course you
Marshall,
did. Copied me.
and then Morgantown, WVU,
No.
going right there.
No, we put
It's the
Morgantown.
colleges together.
You put Morgantown
Oh,
in
yeah.
green?
Oh, yeah.
In green. You
In
put
green.
Morgantown
Oh,
in
wait
green.
until you see how I'm going to win this contest.
Oh, goodness. No, I'll tell you how I'm going to win.
All right, go ahead.
I'm going to go in the blue section.
Blue section.
That's right. Park Place and Boardwalk. What do you think I got at Park Place? Come on, blue.
Morgantown.
Morgantown, of course.
All right,
All right, some of the college colors for crying out loud. Who puts Morgantown in green?
He has a
Silly.
bit of a point.
You lost this game. And of course,
No, I haven't.
the number one, the capital city.
Charleston.
Boardwalk goes to Charleston. Thanks, Tiff.
I
High
have-
five, Tiff.
I
Yes,
have
thank you.
Charleston as the capital, as the boardwalk.
Okay.
But for Park Place,
Park Place.
I went with 2010's voted America's best small town.
Oh, he
That
might
is
have it. He might
Lewisburg,
have it.
West Virginia. Because I lumped the colleges together.
Morgan,
And
you
then
don't put WVU in green.
WVU. So
It's like putting the herd in blue.
have
It
you ever
doesn't happen.
have you ever heard the term checkmate? Because here's
That's
the
not
thing.
a checkmate.
Here's the thing.
Oh, negative.
Lewisburg won the national championship of America's small towns.
Okay.
The last time I checked, WVU's football team has none of those.
Also,
Ton of other sports,
Also,
but
let's throw in there who the judge is and where they are from.
that
That's
may have
right.
factored into my decision a little bit. But we're not done.
Okay,
Because
okay,
I have
okay.
a few more little things here.
Okay, well, I got a stat thing, and I want to crush your Lewisburg theory in a second. But go ahead.
All right. So for, let's see how many people I can offend with this one.
Okay.
For community chest,
Oh, you went that far, too?
Oh, I did.
Oh, okay.
I went with the WVDHHR, aka the Welfare Office, for the community chest.
Right.
For Chance,
Right.
Mardi Gras Casino,
There you go.
somewhere
Nice.
else the No Pants Players perform.
Nice. Good.
In the place of the electric company, I decided to go with West Virginia's largest employer,
Of course.
Walmart. For waterworks,
See,
I went-
community chest for me was Walmart.
oh,
See,
okay. yeah.
community chest for me was Walmart.
And then with waterworks, I went with the largest grocery store, Kroger.
Kroger.
Not
And then-
Kroger's.
No,
Not
there's no S.
Kroger.
There's no S.
And
Yes, no
with
S.
railroads, I changed them
Okay.
to rivers. To cross the river. Imagine, I guess, a ferry is what you're paying to cross the river
Right,
instead of
right,
taking
right.
a train. So we have the New River, the Kanawha River, the Gauley River, and the Potomac River.
Boom.
Very good.
Makes the border.
Nice.
And one more. Free parking, New River Gorge Bridge.
New River Gorge Bridge for free parking. I like that. I didn't go that extensive in regards to railroads because I think
You
everyone
have
knew
graphics,
the railroads.
though. You have
I do have
graphics.
graphic. I do have graphics.
I
My
started to
railroads
do-
are pretty much the same. The railroads you see everywhere.
I started to do the
CSX.
the actual West Virginia railroads and decided that was less fun than looking into rivers.
Oh, that's good. That's good. To each their own. But let me give you this cool fact.
Fat
You got a fat fact.
It's not just any fact.
It's fat.
It's a fat fact.
Fat because it's I got it-
PHAT.
It is because I got it in the West Virginia Recorder. That little newspaper comes out of Beckley.
It's legit.
Yeah.
That means it's legit.
It's-
Oh,
Here's what it says, and this is the power of math has determined the unarguably total objective 10 most successful cities in West Virginia.
Ooh, okay. Oh.
Most successful.
Let's see how many of them I had here.
And I'm just like you. I was so surprised that I had probably half the list, and the other half I was like, oh really? So, and just to let you know, Lewisburg's not on that list.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm just saying.
America's vote
Number
tends to
10.
disagree.
Number 10. I think you had it on there. Bluefield.
I had
Okay.
I had the Bluefield
You did?
baseball
Yep.
team, Blue
Yeah.
Jays.
Number 9, Weirton.
You
I had
Okay, yep.
I had Weirton.
Was on there. Good,
Took the
good.
place of Kentucky Avenue.
Number 8, we should all have that. Charleston.
Yeah.
Charleston.
Boardwalk.
Number 7, Charlestown.
No.
Yeah, I was between them
Yeah.
and Wheeling when I did that.
It was me or Winfield. The same thing. I was either replacing that with Charlestown or Winfield. But yeah. Number 6, Vienna.
When I was looking at larger towns, it almost
It almost popped in there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking it too. Number 5, ironically, St. Albans.
Boom.
we both had that
Again,
one.
home of the Red Dragons go football team.
it.
I know, I'm trying to plug it.
Tiff, you need something to
Is it
plug here so
tomorrow?
we can just get between each other.
It was today, Friday, the show. Yeah.
Football.
At
it is.
7. If you're listening at the 9 p.m., switch and then go to YouTube and check us out.
That's
Listen
right,
to our
that's
show
right.
later.
That's right. Number 4, South Charleston.
Ooh.
See,
I considered Charleston and South Charleston.
I
Yeah.
kind of did
They
too.
are different cities.
But when I was in California, there was Sacramento, then there was East Sac, and then there was West Sac.
And
East
it was
Sac was part of Sacramento, but West Sac was
Was
like
not.
South Charleston. It was like we're our own city, buddy.
Okay.
We're
It's
just,
like
we're
Charleston
separated.
has, really Charleston, even though they call it North. Charleston really just has two parts, the East End
Yeah,
and the West Side. And then they're
exactly.
broken up. But then South Charleston's a different town.
Exactly.
So, same thing.
Yeah, same thing. And so when Sacramento had West Sac, and West Sac's like, oh, no, man, we're not playing with you boys. We're our own team.
Yeah,
It reminds me of South Charleston because they have the mountain and everything. And,
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Chad.
The mountain's fun.
So anyway, so guess what number 3 was? This is the top three. Top three. Again, power of mathematics. It's arguably, again, most objective, most successful cities. Guess what number 3 is? Blew me away. You ready?
Martinsburg?
You ready? You think Martinsburg? What are you thinking? What are you
I have
thinking?
no idea.
You have no
You
idea.
already said Lewisburg was out, so.
It's right. What if I said it was Nitro?
Really?
Ooh.
Nitro. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Very
I was
interesting.
surprised. Nitro.
Good for Nitro.
But good for Nitro. Yep. Which we play in week 2. So go Red Dragons. Anyway, it also number 2 is Hurricane.
Hurricane.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty good. That's fair to say. I think a lot of good towns and good things there. Good towns. What am I saying? Good restaurants and good businesses there. Good times. Number 1, most successful, Bridgeport.
Bridgeport.
Bridgeport. Not on my list. Not
They
even
have
on
a
my
lot.
radar.
They have that mall and all that stuff that's popped up right around the interstate, and it's growing quickly.
Wasn't even on my list. Wasn't even on my thought plan.
That oil and gas boom.
I thought Bridgeport, and I thought
Bridgeport.
like, is this a jail somewhere? I don't know. I just was like Bridgeport. I don't know.
What is Bridgeport?
Do you cross? Is there a bridge there? Is there a port?
There's a lot of
I
There's a
don't
bridges
know.
port and a bridge.
This is both. So that's hence Bridgeport. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Always
so
good. So there you go.
what we're gonna do here is.
Wait, who won?
Oh yeah. Tiff.
Oh.
You have to decide the winner of. They at least get a high five, and that's about it.
This is
That's
really
about it.
hard. You guys did a really good job.
Well, we tried.
and you
Yeah.
thought about it really hard.
That's right.
I like the way yours was set
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
She's talking about Jay.
That's
Jay,
it, that's it,
sorry,
that's
I'm
it,
pointing
yeah.
because I'm
She's
on the
pointing.
radio.
I like when she points.
I like them both. I have to pick Lee because he picked Lee.
Yeah! That's how you do it.
He put WVU in green.
He
Who
did.
does that?
Somebody that went to Marshall.
Apparently. Yeah, apparently.
High five.
High five.
Woo!
Whatever.
But you were like so close. It was like a hair.
I was so close. Yeah, I was the first place loser.
Oh,
Whatever.
yeah. So, something else to talk about here for just a few minutes, just to wrap up the show now that I've won, hopefully, the last game of Monopoly I ever have to play.
Whatever. Here's my list. That's what I think of that list.
You want a sweet tea?
I want a sweet tea from somewhere. So, here's something that went on this weekend. Tiff took a vacation, but looking at the clock, we're going to have to come back to that next week.
Oh, that's always
Monopoly
good.
was fun, yeah.
It was fun.
But last weekend was Sports Fest at Magic Island in Charleston.
Oh, awesome.
And here in a few minutes, you'll hear talk to Danny Forinash. He's a buddy of ours, mine and Tiff's. Sets up a ton of stuff in Charleston, and he kind of interviewed and talked to us because he set up an ultimate frisbee tournament that Tiff and I played in as part of Sports Fest.
Were the pink ponies there?
No.
No,
pink
this was all local teams. Charleston.
Awesome.
Yeah. Sports
And-
Fest has the volleyball game. They have a lot
Yeah,
of
they
stuff.
bring in a professional volleyball circuit
Oh,
on the
wow.
same courts.
Yeah, on the same-
And the what are they called? The
Jet
out on the
skis.
water jet skis.
Them jet ski
They have the
races?
jet
Heard
ski
about that.
races. They
Yep.
have the jet ski stunts, which are people on jet skis flipping over and over and over.
Yeah,
and
like
it's
our game
awesome.
went to start and we were like, let's just watch these guys for a little bit.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch those guys. So one of the things that was fun was we got to play these teams, again, all local, so we all knew each other. And basically the travel teams we take out of town, this was that team split up, and then other people that play with us locally picked up to fill
Oh,
in
cool.
the teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We had 6 teams, 6 people per team, so there was still a lot
Yeah.
of people.
yeah, and it was 2 guys and 1 girl on the field at all
Yeah.
times.
Awesome.
Which at
So
times
you were
we
always
had to
on the
play.
field, right?
We had to play 2 girls and 1 guy because I was hungover.
Because you had
and
Our
so
whole
out of
team
shape.
was hungover.
We went. A good friend of ours.
You were
Shout
stuffing
out,
your
happy
face.
birthday, Cammie. We all went out for her birthday, and I drank like I hadn't drank in a long time. And at 29, I'm getting a little too old for
you
that.
should eat some more hot
to
dogs.
play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I needed more hot dogs.
More
Soak
hot
it
We
up.
were all struggling
So
the next
We
day.
were struggling, and
And it
we
showed
actually.
in our
So how
playing.
it sets up, as we've talked about Ultimate Enough for a ton on the show. There's 3 games or what's considered pool play, where it's just like you just play other teams, and then they bracket you in the tournament. We did atrocious.
Yep.
We got stomped all 3 games, including 1 game we got shut out. Just completely like worst loss
Let's clarify,
ever.
we were only playing to 3 points, so it's really easy to get shut
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, okay.
But so we were the last seeded team. We were the worst team in the tournament.
Okay.
We then it was double
But-
elimination.
but-
It was double elimination. We then won our first game. Then we won our second game. Then we won, or then we
This is the
lost.
bracket play.
This
Bracket
is bracket
play.
play,
Bracket play.
out of 6 teams. Then we lost to the blue team.
Which was amazing.
Yeah, which they were awesome players. And then we went to the losers bracket, we won it, and then had to play for the championship and beat the blue team twice in order to win. We beat them once.
Somehow.
They were much better than us. They were in much better shape than us.
Yeah.
And, then they crushed us in the last game.
Yeah.
But it was a really fun tournament.
We came in second.
It was a really
Kinda
fun.
like you did just now.
Yeah, well, I did come in second.
Oh!
Man, that's
And
rough.
we're just going to go ahead and wrap things up here in just a minute, and we'll take it out to Danny Forinash. So
Cool.
to close out the show here, just have a few minutes left. For all of you out there, we'd like to give a few thanks and say a few things here. What do you have for us, Jay?
Well, I'd like to say thank you to 1300 AM, 1340 AM, The Jock, for letting us use their studio. Also, to catch up on the latest sports news, check out The Jock on 1300 AM, 1340 AM. Also, stream live at WJYPAM.com. And you can also get The Jock app as well. And also the St. Albans football games on The Jock as well.
And Laugh Appalachia can be heard on the AIRadio.com Fridays at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. on YouTube at Laugh Appalachia.
So we're going to take off and leave you with the interview from Danny and I. Also a shout out to Josh for being a douchebag for walking through our interview and just looking at us.
Good job, Josh.
Josh is actually a really great guy. I like Josh from down in Huntington, and he knows we're all friends. He had no clue we were doing an interview. He's friends with Danny and I, and he just walks by, and if you watch the YouTube video that we're going to put up of the interview, you'll see Josh walk by, and then you'll see Danny and me go like, hey, what's up? All right, back to the interview.
Right in the middle of an interview.
Right
Awesome.
in the middle. So, all right, so here it is from Danny, and we'll see you all talk to you all next week.
Talk to you next week.
See ya.
We're out here at Sports Fest on Magic Island, which you can probably hear the boats in the background racing and a few other things. There's a lot of events going on here. We'll be putting some pictures out there too for you all to look at on our Facebook page. And so, Danny, what is this exactly? What's the whole event? The point of it?
Well, Sports Fest is a traditional event in Charleston, West Virginia. It's grown over the past few years. It started with watercross and volleyball, and it's grown to include basketball, skateboarding, ultimate frisbee, disc golf.
Yeah, that's actually, I'm down here. A bunch of us have teams. Tiff will be down here later too playing. And we're going to be playing in the ultimate frisbee tournament you set up. It's going to be a little different, 3-on-3 for a tournament.
Yeah. That's because the fields are very narrow here, so it's more safe to have 3-on-3.
Oh, yeah, and it looks like we're going to be playing in sand, so it's a sand tournament, so that'll be fun.
Right.
And this is almost like a dry run for the October one you're putting on, right?
It happens to be called the Almost Heaven Dry Run.
Oh, that's what this is called?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. The Almost Heaven Dry Run.
Right.
And what's Almost Heaven? Is that just the name of the event, or is that a sponsor?
Well, people know West Virginia is Almost Heaven. We put a little spin on it and replaced the A with a U with an umlaut to make it an Oktoberfest sort of thing, and this leads into the Almost Heaven Ultimate Tournament in October, which coincides with Oktoberfest.
Yeah, Oktoberfest is one of the bigger events around too.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. Now the one in October, today I think all the teams are West Virginia teams, right? We have Charleston,
they're all
Huntington.
local teams.
There's a few players from out of the state coming into play, I think, but not many. But the one in October, we're hoping to get some teams from. I heard North Carolina, down in the Charlotte area, Raleigh, and
That's
DC.
the hope.
Yeah, so that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we hope to learn a lot from the first event, have at least 6 teams, maybe a few from out of state, and really build something up from there to make it an October tradition.
Okay, yeah. I know I'm excited to play in it. Now, what all goes into, like, for this tournament, for example, what all goes into the setup for this? You've been talking to us about it for a while, so, like, how many months have you worked on this thing, or been working on this thing to get it set up?
A few months. We had a dry run of the dry run last year to test it out to see if it could happen. It worked pretty well. It was super hot, and we're lucky this year that the weather is a little overcast and the temperatures are in the 70s, so it's kind of perfect.
It feels
weather-wise.
good.
Yeah. And so a few months ago, step one is to convince the organizers that Ultimate Frisbee is a sport that belongs in Sports Fest.
Yeah.
And they decided it was, since the Olympics are considering it, that Sports Fest would consider it.
Well, there's a professional league now.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
That's a thing, so they need to remember that.
We're convincing more and more people of that. And so step 2, just get the teams registered.
Yeah.
It's a free tournament, so local teams were easily convinced.
Yeah, and it's small teams,
Yeah.
so that we're able to get plenty of people.
And then the EVP, professional beach volleyball people, we kind of piggyback off of that because the fields are in very nice condition, sandy condition.
Yeah, it's a really great event that we have going on down here, and so for everyone out there, just if you're ever down at Magic Island, look up Almost Heaven, and be sure to check it out. And Danny, we'll be sure to have you in the studio sometime and talk to you.
Sounds great.
All right, thanks, Danny.
Uh-huh.
I like it. I love that.